gentlemen, that concludes our homecoming celebration.
Okay. So we're going to open here, out. Is that the plan? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. If I'd say like, hey, and then now let's pivot to the coin toss or something, or to switch. All right. Okay. What was that? Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. I'm gonna bring Coach Williams up at half. I don't know if we want to film that. You talked about that. Guy loves camera. He has a podcast. Yeah. You gotta. There you go. All right. I think we're good.
Check, check.
I hear you, Mr. Yoakum. Loud and clear. Loud and clear, Mr. Yoakum. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Yoakum's birthday. Yeah, they're testing stuff. How's the audio sound? Can you hear us? I just on there. Okay. That's for you guys connected. Yeah. Dennis, what's it like turning 40 today?
Be nice if I knew. Add about 10 to that, brother.
I saw the balloons. Over the hill, I think is the phrase.
I had black balloons
Everywhere.
and streamers everywhere.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll get there in
27 years.
16, yeah, 27 years from now when I. Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Allen. We appreciate that. You didn't have to lie, but we appreciate that.
cheerleaders, student body, and fans of Siloam Springs Public Schools extend to each of you a warm welcome. We are pleased that you could be here tonight as our guests. Siloam Springs Public Schools and Lake Hamilton Public Schools are members of the Arkansas Activities Association. Our teams abide by the rules and regulations as set forth by the association to maintain and improve the high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. Once again, welcome this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to ask you to stand as our color guard enters the field. Color guard colors presented this evening by the Levi Adopted VFW Post 1674, commanded by Frank Lee. Flag carriers this evening, Michael Butler, Stuart Reeves, Keith Schultz, and Michael Tankersley. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a moment of silence, which will be followed by the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance, which we invite you to join us in, which will be followed by the presentation of our national anthem.
Oh, never mind. I don't have my basketball shorts.
I pledge allegiance to the flag our national anthem presented this evening by the Siloam Springs High School Panther Singers.
Dennis Yoakum. Birthday. 50th birthday.
50,
He only turned 50 once.
50th birthday. What a day.
What was the score last year? 54-7? 54-7. Did you go down to Lake Hamilton?
It was here.
Oh, it was. They are having to come back. That's
2 years in a
insanity.
row.
Can you imagine? That's insanity.
All right, we're going to go live in a bit. Just be prepared.
Are you doing a countdown for us?
It's still 1 minute and 30 seconds, so we're good. We don't have to count down just yet.
But they just wanted me to just be ready.
Is my computer in the shot that you'll get?
Can you see our hands?
All right, should I count them down or should I just see them up?
It's too early.
Yeah. We still got.
Still got over a minute. What can you see of us?
In your frame.
Like, on you.
So you can't see my hand?
Okay. What about my laptop? Is it out of shot? Okay. We're good then.
It's on me. All right, I'll signal to them when they're live. 30 seconds to.
Okay. Audio good? Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear them?
Audio check.
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 All right. Yep. All right, they can hear y'all.
Perfect. Good evening, Panther Nation. We're coming live from Pantherland. It's homecoming here in Panther Stadium, where your 2-1 Siloam Springs Panthers are taking on the 2-1 Lake Hamilton Wolves. Dennis, these are two teams that run the ball 70% of the time. Talk to us about some of the keys to the game.
Yeah, tonight's going to be big for the Panther defense to have some eye discipline up there. You're going to see some buck sweep and some ISO and some trap. So it's going to be really important that our Panther defense stay disciplined and have that eye discipline so they know where the football is. That guard's going to take you right to the football in most of those runs. And then you got to control the time of possession because we don't want this to be a high possession game. We want to kind of grind out possessions and slow the game down. I think that suits us a little bit better, our philosophy. And then the last thing is, man, we've got to win that turnover battle because the team that turns it over more tonight is probably going to walk out of here with a loss.
And that's been the key to both of our victories. First time we've been 2-1 since 2020. Both of those victories have come from games where we won the turnover battle.
Yeah, that's just big in high school football. Uncle Mo gets rolling, and you get a turnover, and you get a score off of a turnover. And, man, in high school, it is such a dictator in how the game's going to turn out. So it's big.
Yeah, so Panthers, last time we saw them was over at Pea Ridge. We won that football game. Last year, though, when we played these Lake Hamilton Wolves, it was 54-7 on this very field. I think we're dealing with a lot different team this year for us, a lot different team for them. It's going to be old school football. It's going to be wing tee and all these. It's going to look like a game out of the 50s.
Yeah, lots of running the football tonight. The guys up front that make the biggest holes for their backs and can stop the run. That's going to be important too. And so, man, it's going to be a battle up front on both sides of the football. And so you're going to see the offense and defensive lines that push the other team around. That's going to be the team that comes out and is successful tonight. So,
and it's homecoming.
Wow, what a crowd!
The crowd is massive. There's still people piling in. I'm Luke Shoemaker. This is Dennis Yoakum, birthday boy Dennis Yoakum.
Hey, yes.
We're going to cut to the coin toss here at Panther Stadium. We look forward to this game tonight. So the Siloam Springs Panthers, of course, opened the year with a win over Heritage, 17-7. Lost to Alma here, 28-14, and then beat Pea Ridge, 21-14. Lake Hamilton, they lost their season opener to Hot Springs Lakeside, 34-29, and then turned around to put 49 on both Southwest and Arkadelphia, which brings both teams to 2-1 as we enter conference play here at Panther Stadium.
Yeah, this is a quality opponent here. First game of the season. The Panthers are in a little different place this year than they were last year for this game because we're 2-1. We have some confidence. We are primed and ready on a beautiful night for high school football. I tell you what, Luke, today the weather has been fantastic. Wind's been a little high at times tonight, but it looks like it's dying down a bit. So tonight, I really believe that you're going to see a great high school football game, and hopefully the Panthers come out on top and push their record to 3-1 after the night's over.
Nothing would be larger for playoff implications than winning the conference district opener, especially since a team that's made state ever since they've joined our conference.
Yeah, that would be big. That would be big. It would just set the tone. Anytime you can get a conference win early in the season, it really gets your confidence going. And who knows what could happen if we come out of here 1-0 in conference play. And, man, I'm just I hope wish the best for our boys tonight. Coach Lockridge, I hope I wish him well too. And, man, what a great night.
So some of the, Panthers stats for the year, we have we're a run-based team, so 128 runs on the year for 634 yards, averaging about 5 a carry. Our leading rusher on the year is Gio Flores. When Gio gets going, we get going. 40 attempts for 181. Your leading touchdown man is Ryan Estacio, though, who has got 20 carries for 155. And then, of course, they're led by quarterback Dane Marlette, who's 10 of 23 on the year for 195 through there. But we're running back by committee. You'll see 5, 6 different guys carry the rock tonight.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned some of those younger guys. Ryan Estacio, man, he had a big first half at Pea Ridge. Got us off to a good start. Mason Short missed the first game, but he's starting to get some more carries, and that guy runs hard. And so hopefully with Gio and Ryan and Caden Davidson, powering the football right up the gut, hopefully we can control the football game tonight.
And here we go, number 19, Carlos Sandoval, set to kick it away. And we kick it right down the seam there. Ball fielded about the 13, makes one man miss, makes a second man miss.
Yeah, that was number 14, Carson Jackson.
You'll see him a lot tonight, folks.
Yeah.
One of the key players for their team this year.
Little shiftiness there. If you saw that, he just kind of put the pause button on, and a couple of defenders slid right by. And so these skill backs for Lake Hamilton are pretty good. And so their best player probably is number 44 in the backfield, Hayden Barton.
1st and 10 here, ball on the 44-yard line. They're lined up with their tight end wing set. Motion number 1 back in. Carry is given to number 44, Hayden Barton, and he'll pick up about 5. Mark it 5, be second 5 here at the 49-yard line.
Ryan Estacio, number 25, in on the tackle. We've already mentioned him as one of our ball carriers, but he also plays on defense. Great job on defense, Ryan.
So tight end wing here into the boundary. Single back set. They motion 1 back in again. Little fake there. We got a crossing route. Pass is complete to number 11, Heath Hall, for about 15. Be 1st and 10, Wolves on the 36-yard line.
Number 2, Eli Hargett made the tackle. Good tackle there, Eli.
Eli's had a good season for us in the secondary.
Yeah, he's been really solid, Luke. Senior, you expect that out of a senior defensive back.
So 1st and 10 here, ball on the 36-yard line. Wolves driving early. Got tight end wing left here, at the bottom of your screen. Throwing the ball early, a little hitch up the top of your screen. Pass is complete, number 24, Parker Vandy. He'll pick up about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 there. They're coming out throwing, contradicting everything we just talked about.
Yeah, our athletic director, Jeff Williams, we talked before the game, and he thinks that Lake Hamilton will come out and put some stuff on film that we haven't seen. So
they'll stick in the same formation they've ran out of the gate here early. No changes out of the gun. Give is to number 44, Hayden Barton again. He'll cut back. He'll go to the 10, the 5, the 3, brought down at the 1, and be first and goal from about they'll mark it at the 2. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Now they'll probably go old school Lake Hamilton I'm used to, go under center and pound it with ISO right here early.
Yeah, number 30, Caden Davidson, saved a touchdown there.
So they're going to heavy anchor set.
Yeah, Hayden Barton's a load.
And the give is to Barton on an ISO blast. And he is in. Touchdown Wolves here early.
Yeah, they're skilled. They're skilled. We've got to do a good job on the line of scrimmage, getting those guys stopped before they get into our secondary.
And it's one thing to have the skill; it's another thing to execute. And when you have something as that isn't as ran often in high school sports, or at least teams we play, everyone's so spread happy. When you execute it well, you can gash teams. So great drive there early for the Wolves.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to see from them,
And I don't think that was an intentional fake. I think we had a bad hold there, so they're going to say incomplete. So, hey, there's a break early. Every point matters. We've seen it go against us before, so going for us could be ideal down the line.
Yeah, that point off the board is going to help us later on, I would think. But, going back to that drive, Luke, they threw the football a couple of times, but their big gainer was the running back, Hayden Barton. That makes his 8th touchdown on the year. He averages about 160 yards per game. So their bread and butter is on the ground, and you're going to see that throughout the night. But that's what we expect from them. They'll run it. They'll run that buck sweep and that ISO and the trap. They'll run that, and then they'll hit you with a waggle or a post play to number 24. That's kind of what they've been all year.
So about a 7-play, 46-yard drive there to start the game for the Wolves to score. 56-yard drive. Wolves are set to kick it away on your left hash. Takes a bounce, let it go. And we'll get a procedure penalty out of the gate here, so it'll be 1st and 10. Panthers, ball on the 35-yard line. Are they saying we touched it? They're saying that number 25, Ryan Estacio, did make contact with the ball, so instead of the ball being on the 35-yard line, they're going to pick up that flag. It's going to be 1st and 10 Panthers on the 19-yard line.
Yeah, they were a lot closer than I was, Luke, but, I didn't see it from here.
I like to think that I have pretty keen eyesight, but I'm still far away.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 19. Panthers come out in their wing tee set. End around to Loyo. He gets hit in the backfield. About a 3-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 13.
Yeah, you're starting to see up front, those that defensive line is pretty good size down there. I think whoever is the most physical on the line of scrimmage tonight is going to have a ton of success. And early it shows to be Lake Hamilton. Now, hopefully we'll turn that around.
We opened and tried to run buck sweep, but we did not seal, and they were in our backfield living in it. So we'll stay in the wing tee. And we'll give to fullback Caden Davidson right there. He'll plow ahead for get us back to the original line to gain. So it'll be 3rd and 10 early.
Yeah, I know we've beat this horse quite a bit early in the season, but we can't get behind the chains. We're not built for 3rd and 10s. We're built for 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s. We've really got to do a better job on 1st down, gaining some positive yardage and getting into those short and manageable 2nd and 3rd downs.
We'll go tight end wing here at the bottom of your screen with Jack O'Brien here by the numbers. We'll boot out towards him. We got Flood into the boundary here. Marlette throws to number 9, Big Stu with the catch. He gets about 7 yards there. Yeah, make it 8, be 4th and an early 2 here. I know you're a big conservative coach here, so you're punting.
Yeah, I think this early in a conference game, backed up inside your own 30, unless you have something that you are just positive is going to get the 1st down, you've got to kick it here.
So back to punt, number 3, Mason Short. Boaz Benson, the long snapper. That's,
Hey.
we hard count. Coach Smith fired up on the sideline. This must have been what we were discussing with Mason on the sideline. That will give us a first down. Big break early. Once again, Dwayne Pippen's favorite play call, the hard count, gets us a first down.
I'm going to go back to what you said. Coach Smith fired up. That
rarely happens.
That rarely happens.
Never. I've never seen that man excited in my life.
That guy wakes up fired up.
So new life for the Panthers here. Ball will be 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. We'll stay in the tight end wing set here into the boundary. Flores in the backfield with Marlette. We'll run power here to the bottom of your screen, and we'll follow ahead. Stu moving bodies there at the end. We get about 3 there on first down. 3, 4 first down is what we need.
Yeah, you've got to get a good gain on first down to get it in that second medium so that your playbook opens up. And so that's exactly what you want right there. 3, 4 yards on first down. With the way both teams run the football, Luke, I suspect this being a quick football game.
Tight end wing at the bottom, twins to the top of your screen. Marlette in the gun. Flores takes the handoff, try to run counter away from our boundary after running power. It gets stuffed in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. Not the scenario you said we needed.
Yeah, can't have those negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. But hey what? We got out of our hole early. Let's see if we can do it again here. It's gonna be 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, we'll have Jack O'Brien here at the bottom of your screen, Mikey McKinley up top. Mikey, if he gets single covered, the ball's going to him, and he is. He is on an island with number 21, Hilton Mann, and he isn't man because there's no one behind him.
Yeah,
the safety's in the middle of the field. They're going to make us throw this football. Run a little throwback screen. Ball is picked off. It's intercepted by number 33, Zaid Cox, who takes it all the way in for 6 touchdown. We got a flag though. We got a flag, and we have the back judge over here has not moved, which makes us think there's a potential that this is defensive holding.
Yeah,
Nope. Call was on us.
Going to be against us. They've signaled touchdown, and we had the play call there. We just didn't get the pass over the lineman. The second lineman through there kind of sniffed it out, stopped in his tracks, and Dane didn't get the football over him. And that pick 6 is not what you want early.
6:09 here left in the first quarter. 12-0 Wolves. Had a little trouble with the exchange on their first PAT. They get the ball down this time, kick his way, and it's good. Number 22, Tristan Morales with the PAT. It'll be 13-0 Wolves here early. Well, the turnover battle is something you stated in the opening as being a key to the game. Right now, we're down in that margin.
Yeah. And, going back to our keys there, just having that eye discipline on defense. Their first drive had a couple of big plays against us. Then we turned the football over. And we haven't been able to grind out any time, control the time of possession. And so here we are early in the first half. Still time to turn it around, but right now the keys to the game are ringing true.
So ball here in the left hash. We have 3 return men back deep. Mikey McKinley, Jack O'Brien, or Anastasio. Ball's fielded by McKinley at the 11, make it the 12. We have a little trickery here as the ball is handed back on a reverse. We're going to get at least to midfield. It's that number 2, Eli Hargett, with a little trickery out of Coach Smith. I mean, hey, special teams is showing some skill here tonight and making some plays, as we'll have 1st and 10 on the 45 off of that kickoff return.
Yeah, that's a great call there. I think, Lake Hamilton goes up by 2 scores. They're real fired up. They're going to run down there, not really disciplined, and then all of a sudden you run a trick play, and it's a big gainer out to the 45. Now hopefully the Panthers can take advantage.
Folks, I'll remind you, this is homecoming here at Panther Stadium. And one of the homecoming court, Mari Pena, who's a manager, still in her homecoming dress. That's talk about dedication from a Siloam Springs Panther.
Yeah, that's great. Mari great kid. Congratulations to her for being on the court.
Flores in our little anchor set. He'll run Q power right behind a little lead by Estacio. He'll pick up about 2. It'll be second and make it 8.
That's positive, though. You want positive plays on first and second down. So
I keep waiting for this heavy set where Gio does basically the Tim Tebow look, where we're going to act like we're going to run it and then we let it fly, because teams have only seen him run the ball, and I've seen him throw a ball, and it's there.
yeah. And, hey, tonight may be the night because Lake Hamilton looks like they're stacking the box. They're putting as many people within 6 yards of the football as they can get, and they're going to dare us to beat them throwing the football.
I mean, the back judge is 5 yards from the ball, so that's all we got there. Little counter here towards the bottom of your screen. Estacio will wiggle his way for a couple yards and make it third manageable with a 3rd and 3, long 3.
We just crossed midfield, Luke, and so this is kind of getting down here into, if you get positive yards here and you don't get the first down, this is getting down here to the decision time. Do we go ahead and go for it on their side of the field?
Yeah, go for it.
I think in this
side kick, do all the things. Stay in the anchor set with the tight end wing look. Gio fakes to Estacio, and he'll only get back to the line of scrimmage. Try to do some eye candy to fool them there, and I don't think he actually was reading anything. It'll be 4th and 3. Here we go.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Is as soon as he pulled the football there, you wish he would have given it, because we did have the numbers on the edge, and Estacio's got a little quickness out there. I think he could have got the first down, but it's one of those things you try to make them look at the back in motion and then sneak one right up the gut.
Well, we'll stay in the same set. Heavy set, heavy package, no hard count. Run counter to Estacio. He'll be stopped about a yard short. It'll be turnover on downs, ball back to the Wolves.
Yep. They're stacking the box. They're running that 4-2-5, but they're bringing everybody down, and I mean, there's 8, 9, 10 guys in the box.
I mean, it's almost your old school 4-4 look, single safety, and then 2 corner. I mean, that's they're adjusting to the fact that we are a heavy personnel and had 22 personnel on the field.
All right, Luke, here we go. Defense needs to make a stop here.
Going to win on first down. Little double handoff that's a staple out of that offense. Balls to number 14. Carson Jackson, who will take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Wolves. No flags on the play. The double hand, I talked to you before we went on there that they'd only ran it twice out of that tight end wing look, and it caught us.
Yeah, that's that eye discipline I was talking about, Luke. They've run it a couple of times this year, but they knew that they would be able to use it tonight. I think it's more a staple of their offense than they've shown so far. They've saved it for conference play. They'll run that 3 or 4 or 5 times a half.
When you're talking to high school kids, it is tough to defend. I mean,
yeah,
it's not something that's a commonly ran play. To quote Kevin Kelly, when 2 or more people touch the ball in a possession, you score 70% of the time.
Yeah, and that's what happens. You get everybody going one way with your line. Then they see the initial handoff, defense overreacts, and then they slip that second handoff there, and there's nobody on the backside, and that's exactly what you see there. And if you've got guys like Carson Jackson and Hayden Barton that have some quickness, they can certainly take that to the house.
Let's talk about athletics around the district. So tennis this week. The boys split with Harrison, lost to Shiloh. Girls lost to Harrison, lost to Shiloh. But Bennett Nosovic and Eli Mann are 12-0 in conference play at doubles. That's an impressive record. They're on fire right now. Look for them to make a run to the state tournament. Nico Anglin's 9-3 in conference play, and then Emma Fiddler and Madeline Farr 8-4 in conference play at doubles. Well done, tennis. Well, short sky kick towards their sideline. Ball's fielded by the Panthers at the 35. Be 1st and 10. Here it's 3:43 left in the first. It's 20-0.
Yeah, we need a drive here that's going to keep some time of possession. We're going to milk that clock down, and we got to get points on the board here, Luke. Hey, while we got another break here, I want to shout out to AJ Moore and Kenley Moore. They both qualified for the state golf tournament. They went to Mountain Home this past week, and I think from what I understand from AJ's mom, he had a great round at Big Creek over in Mountain Home.
Is this Kinley? I think this is Kinley's first year to golf, and she made the state tournament.
I think her first golf match was actually the first time she'd ever went golfing, and now she's in the state golf tournament.
Well, that makes me envious because every time I go to golf, I hit into the trees. So well done, Kinley.
Nice job.
1st and 10 Panthers. Ball's given to Caden Davidson, I believe, on the fullback dive there. It'll be about a yard, be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, we're pounding it up inside here, and I'm looking for a little misdirection out of us here. I think we're kind of setting them up for maybe a little rope-a-dope. But you can just count the number of white jerseys within 5-6 yards of the ball when it's snapped, and they're all right in the middle of the field.
Oh, this would be an easy film session to identify who. I mean, folks, you can see on the screen they're putting 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. Little buck towards us here, but they're met by a host of wolves in our backfield. Be a loss of 3. Be third and 13.
Yeah, you can tell that Lake Hamilton is controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football right now. That D lineman was back there almost as quick as a handoff.
Yeah, number 50, Fabian Garcia for the Wolves is a large body there at nose. A little boot option off of the buck that went away, but that won't get us maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 13, 2:22 left here in the first.
Yeah, without question, this Lake Hamilton bunch is the most physical bunch we've seen all year. Even if you go back to a benefit game when we played Gravett, who was really physical, they are by far the most physical bunch that we've seen.
And that was a new wrinkle on that play there to get misdirection towards the top of your screen and run a little option here in the bottom of the screen. Punt is away by short. Ball's caught at the 25-yard line by number 5, Caleb Rouse, who will pick up about 12 there. It'll be 1st and 10 Wolves. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Yeah, number 15, Boaz Benson on the tackle down the field.
That's what you want, your long snapper being 1st down. Different team, but I've been impressed by the Razorback long snappers in on almost every time we have to punt. But hopefully he's not punting tomorrow, right, Mr. Yoakum?
Yeah, I want lots of points tomorrow. I want lots of points tomorrow.
A little confusion out of our D. Mendez thought he was coming off. He's running on late. Little play action fake. They try to run a waggle back across, but a sack by the Panthers. Looks like number 30, Cade Davidson, in on the sack.
Yeah, that was a big play on 1st down. They've been having their way on 1st down, and we backed them up a little bit there to get them behind the chains. Now we got to stay disciplined here, stay solid, and force a punt here.
So 1:11 here left in the first. Be the Wolves' ball on the 34-yard line. Little ISO blast there. Picks up about 7 for the Wolves.
I think I saw a late flag come in there.
I saw something flying. I see both sides. Of course, in high school sports, both are pointing at the other team. And we'll get the signal here from the white hat. Face mask on the Panthers. That's gonna move the ball for the Wolves into plus side territory of the 5-yard variety. So it's gonna be 2nd and make it a yard for the Wolves here. Ball on the 46-yard line. They'll stick in a tight end wing set. Little quarterback sneak. No tush push needed. 1st down Wolves.
Yeah, so this line up front you can see is moving our guys around a little bit here. They're kind of imposing their will up front. What do you do here, Luke?
Well, we try to make it out of this first quarter here with only about one snap left, but we'll talk more in the break about offensively, defensively, things that we need to look at. They'll air it out though, so we will have one more play in this quarter. I mean, defensively, it's been big plays. First drive, Barton ran off about a 55-yarder. Then the next touchdown was on a pick six, big play. What you said, Big Mo, all his years is evil head, and then the double handoff popped for 55. So, you're talking about 3 plays that have essentially been the switch or change in the game.
Right. Yep. I agree with that.
And give us to number 1, Dylan Murphy.
They're going to give him. They're going to spot him
get
the first down.
11 there. And then offensively, we have to sustain any drive. I mean, we've gotten a couple first downs, but that's been it for this night. And that's not our DNA.
Yeah, our DNA is not big plays. It's 3 yards here, 4 yards there, 7, 8, maybe a big play, a 15-yard play. But we're not built for big chunks. We're built for, methodical possessions, grinding it out.
Look at these people coming onto the field. Look, that's our custodial maintenance department. We can't have this school function without those individuals. So a big shout out to Randall Bollinger, to Zach Krug, and the rest of the custodian and maintenance staff that help make the things that go unseen happen.
That's right, and I see our superintendent shaking their hands. And man, I think people get, they lose sight of what it really takes to have a great school district. It takes the entire community. It takes the custodial group. It takes maintenance. It takes bus drivers, food service. It takes so many people other than just our teachers and our administrators in the district. It takes so much more than that, and so it really is a community effort. And we have, speaking of the community, we have such great community partners, Luke. We had a great tailgate before the game. I know Generations Bank and Elite Cheer sponsored that, but man, what a great community partnership we have.
Tight end wing, 14 comes in motion, but the give is to 44 Hayden Barton, who will pick up 5 there on first down. Be 2nd and 5 from the 40, make it the 44-yard or 36-yard line. Pardon me.
So what can you do up front on the defensive line when the other team's more physical than you? What can you do just from a philosophy standpoint? Can you bear crawl? Can you get down and just clog up? How do you do that?
Right. So when you're talking about teams that run a style like this, yeah, you could put, like we did in some games we've played, where you do 2 A-gap players that kind of just cut. You can cut there, but I think it goes back to, just getting off blocks is just something they rep every day. People say, they can't get off a block. It's not like they aren't repping it every day in practice. That's just going to take, it's a grind. It's the technique. It is maybe hand placement or your ball get off. It could potentially putting more body. If I know a guy that can make adjustments, it is defensive coordinator Kirk Benson. Our Panthers coming into tonight did lead 6A in points allowed.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Some of it right now is going to come down to the mental side of this, because you are, they're sustaining a longer drive here. They've hit us a couple big plays. They are beating us to the point of attack. A good kick out block there. Even their skill players. Number 44, Hayden Barton there, he led block on that run, and he is even melting us 5-6 yards deep.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and a yard here for the Wolves. Quarterback number 4, Landon West, breaks the huddle, goes under center. He's got Barton in the backfield. Tight end wing to the top of your screen with the single receiver. They give it to Barton, who runs straight ahead for about 4. He's a load.
Yeah, I think he's about 6'2", 210, 215. He's a load. I said before, averaged about 160 yards a game, and has about 8 touchdowns now in the year. But you mentioned the mental aspect, Luke. Man, that's so big in high school athletics.
9:50 left in the half, 20-0 Wolves driving here into the red zone. You got Murphy and Barton in the backfield. They'll stick with Barton just straight up the gut over and over again.
Yeah, they well, you can do that when you're pushing people around up front and you're creating holes. You know, I talked about that mental aspect a minute ago, but you know, in high school sports, we often worry about the last play too long, right? So, yeah, they've made a couple big plays or they're marching it down the field. I mean, every play's a new play. Flush that out and let's get back to work and make a play.
So unbalanced left, but they'll run a little wolf toss to Barton, who runs straight ahead again to pick up the first. Yeah, you talked about adjustments that you potentially could try, like cutting. And the thing to do that on the fly with high schoolers is ask them to do something you haven't maybe practiced or repped. Like, so if all week we rep still hat in a gap, you know, disciplined defense that we've ran all year, and then mid-game you try to make that, sometimes it goes horribly wrong from my experience.
Yeah.
Be like, you know, running a press breaker you never practice, right? Touchdown Wolves.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, drawing up a play that you haven't worked on rarely works in high school athletics. Doesn't matter if it's basketball or football or even baseball, soccer. You know, if you haven't worked on it, it's probably not going to work.
Yep. So touchdown Wolves makes it 26-0 here in the second quarter. Snap, hold, kick his way, and he'll make it 27-0. At this time, I'd like to give a shout-out to the donors for Siloam Springs Athletics. Superior Auto Group, Simmons making food for families and pets we love, Lighting Bolt Advertising right across from the high school, Callahan Steakhouse, Arvest Bank, Day Springs Cards, Lazy Boy, Jetstream by Pipe Life, John Brown University, Great Savings Bank, Generations Bank, and Alternative Design right across from our beautiful administration building. Some other shout-outs around athletics this week. Varsity volleyball went 2-1. They beat Springdale here Monday night, lost a tough one to Van Buren here, but turned around and beat Alma in straight sets last night to kind of stay in the fight for state playoff contention. Junior high football, our 7th and 9th grade lost to Van Buren last night down in Van Buren, but our 8th grade won here on Monday night. Cross country at the Airedale Invitational on Tuesday. Gage Thompson with a first place finish. Shout out to him. Addison Harris with a 10th place finish. The team results were girls finishing third and our boys finishing second. So 26-0. McKinley will take it at the 10. They run straight ahead, follow a couple blocks, and get brought down at the 30 for a 20-yard gain. 1st and 10 Panthers here on the 30, 26-0, 8:30 left in the quarter. I already said it last time. I don't want a 70-yard play. We just need to start getting some momentum and rhythm offensively and getting some first downs.
Yeah, I agree with that, Luke. You know, you kind of just have to start playing and ignore the scoreboard right here. You got to start, you know, trying to get 4 or 5 yards on first down, getting some rhythm as you're talking about on offense and moving the chains. You get 4 or 5 first downs, and then you might bust one and get a big play. But let's not try to get it all back at once. The problem is we're just trying to run right up the middle, and there are 3 or 4 white jerseys standing there waiting on us at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you've said there's 8-9 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we are not making any holes up front, and that's kind of the double-edged sword. You know, you don't want to try to come out and do things that you're not accustomed to doing, which is throw the football. But in this case, you may have to throw the football to loosen them up a little bit up front.
And that's exactly what we're doing here because we're going 4 wide, something you rarely see out of the Panthers. Someone heard you down there, Dennis. Little quick game, some slant action. Ball is dropped by O'Brien, but I mean
that's a good ball right there by Dane. You know, O'Brien's got to pull that one in, hit both hands, and he just couldn't bring it in. It was a little high, but you know, when you get 2 hands on it, wide receiver should catch it. So yeah, they've made a little adjustment here and see if they can loosen them up.
3rd and 11. Panthers look to the sideline, ball on the 29-yard line. Dane will scramble here to the bottom of our screen. Hit as he tried to release, but it looked like a hold was called early in the play. So bring up, I guess, the potential. Oh, they're looking at the Lake Hamilton sideline. Holding on the Panthers.
Going to be declined. Yep. Going to bring up
Fourth and 11.
4th and 11. And see, that's, you come out and want to throw the football a little bit, you make mistakes, and then no time's off the clock here. But you have to try something different because you're not able to run the football up the gut.
Well, and the other thing here, when you talked about the defensive side of this, is now the defense is coming right back on the field. So when you go 3 and out, and you go 3 and out again, and you go 3 out again, and they do 7, 8 play drives offensively, it's going to catch up to you.
Got a flag down on the field. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe a hold on Lake Hamilton potentially.
So 7:22 here in the second quarter. It's 26-0 Wolves. It will be a hold on Lake Hamilton, so that will back them up.
That's a pretty good break for us here. What can we do to get off the field?
Winning the point of attack.
Yep.
You got to win the point of it. I mean, when you talked about when we have the ball, that they are holding the line of scrimmage or establishing the line of scrimmage 2 yards in our backfield. It's the reverse when we've been on defense. And when you talk about quick hitting plays like buck, ISO, fold, different concepts, they do a little hitch out here to the bottom. Ball's out. This is a big play. Momentum. Ball recovered by number 1, Mikey McKinley. He'll return it to the 15. He'll cut back again.
Yeah, he's got a great cutback.
He'll get to the 10, to the 5. And Mikey's brought down around the 2-yard line. What a play right there for the Panthers. Huge momentum change right there. A big play that we needed. Set us up with a chance to score here. 1st and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line. Wait. Look at a little flash, a little dance by Mikey there.
Yeah, he had some great vision there. Put on the, hit the pause button. A couple of defenders on some skates. Tried to outrun him to the far pylon, but man, he did a great job there. He probably ran 70 yards for a 40-yard return.
Shades of 2004 Reggie Bush. Come all the way here. Cut all the way there. It was fun to watch. 26-0 here with 7:02 left in the second quarter, but the Panthers will have the ball 1st and goal from the 3. Marlette will take in the shotgun.
Oh, it's Gio.
It's Gio. It is Gio. Number 8, Gio Flores. He'll do a little zone read action. He'll keep it, and he'll get met for a loss there. The ball will be on the 5. We got some late flags, some extracurriculars taking place there. Not the area to happen if it's on us.
Yeah, we're pointing at Lake Hamilton. Let's see what the white hat says.
Went a 2-by-2 set with Gio and 10 personnel, something we don't see a lot out of the Panthers. It is a dead ball foul that is against Lake Hamilton, which will make it half the distance to the goal.
So it was on the 3. It's going to be on the 1.5 now, maybe. But they have not marked the football. Did we not start that play on the 3? Why are we still back on the 3? Why didn't we?
Well, because on first down we actually got stuffed on the ball was stuffed on the 5. So I guess that's kind of
it's dead ball. It was after the play. Gotcha.
So we'll stick with Flores at quarterback. We'll motion Stu across. We tried to run a little Q power there behind Stu after we motioned him across, hoping to have an extra hat there. Did not happen. We'll make it 3rd and goal. Ball on the 6-yard line.
Yeah, we cannot run the football right up the gut here. We've taken the first half and we've established the fact that we cannot run into the interior of that defensive line.
3rd and 6. I mean, regardless of the outcome of this play, this is 4-down territory, down 26 here in the second quarter. We'll go 20 personnel look, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Flores will run it behind them. He hits a little bit of a crease. He'll bring it down to about the 2-yard line, be 4th and goal from there. Got to capitalize here. We're going to hard count. We got to the ball quick. I'm imagining we hard count. And we're going to run the exact same blast play. They came through untouched, and they will meet us in the backfield. Number 35, Dawson Trott, brings down Flores. We turnover on downs. Defense back on the field again.
Yeah, hey, they made a big play last time. Let's see if we can't do the same here. But, yeah, you hate to see that. We essentially had 5 downs from the 3 and could not get it in the end zone. They had a penalty on 1st down.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 2-yard line for the Wolves. 5:24 left here in the half, 26-0. And a little buck sweep to Murphy there towards the top of your screen. It gets about a yard. Be 2nd and 9. We haven't been winning the field position battle. Obviously, putting the ball down here after a takeaway by us was great, but to keep them boxed in here at 10.5 would help us with another opportunity to try to score and get the ball back.
Yeah, we're going to get the football to start the second half. So if we could flip the field here and have a short field, get the ball to start the second half, we might be able to, cut into this lead.
Ball's given to Barton. He'll hit a crease, and then he'll pick up about 35 yards on the carry. We already said he's a load.
This official over here took a tumble, and
the crowd let him hear it.
The crowd has no mercy. At least he's fun. He got up and made a salute to the crowd, so he appreciated the cheers.
1st and 10, Wolves, ball on the 37-yard line. They'll stay in a tight end wing set. Same backfield we've kind of seen over and over again. Gives to Murphy. He'll follow Barton on a little ISO concept. They'll get about 5. Barton can. I think I might be able to get 5 behind him.
Yeah, they're doing a great job sealing those blocks up front too. They're kicking them out, sealing them, and they are creating 5-yard holes up there. And then when you run the big guy in front of you, I could probably get a yard or 2.
Well, today was only your 40th birthday, right? So yeah, I think you could pick up some yardage there. It'll be 2nd and 5. Same formation.
I wish it was 40, Luke.
Little play action fake. Pass is caught by number 14, Carson Jackson. He'll pick up about 16, be 1st and 10. Wolves into Panther territory. Ball on the 43-yard line. I mean, he is their leading receiver, I believe.
Yeah, 14 and 24 really do a great job catching the football. But I'll tell you what, this quarterback is pretty accurate. I don't know. I think he's probably 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 tonight. He's putting the ball right where it needs to be. And that's what they do. They get you going against the run, and then they just I said that.
No beanbag toss. They immediately went to incomplete there. They did kind of spread it out there. They ran kind of a buck action towards their boundary, and were trying to set up a screen into the trip set back at us.
Yeah, maybe I'll just keep jinxing them. Oh, this quarterback, he puts the ball on the money every time.
He's 65% completion. Well, this goes back to the Alma game when you predicted the bad snap on the field goal, or the Pea Ridge game when I predicted the interception. But,
yeah,
superstition.
Oh, I think I stole you.
You never get me dinner. Yeah. You're not a good friend. And the ball's get a little double handoff again. This time and we strip him.
Ball.
And McKinley jumps on it again. That will be Panther football. Way to get the ball out. It might have been Cade Davidson that ripped it there. Whoever was in on the play. And they're still trying to sort it out, but I saw a clear
Panther
recovery.
Football. Panther football.
So we forced 2 fumbles and recovered both. There's 2:50 left during the second quarter. You already talked about we get the ball back to start the second half. This drive is massive. All comebacks start with the first score.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. You know, normally I would say, hey, you know, don't do anything dumb here and turn the football over. But I believe that you have got to pull some things out of your playbook that they've not seen. You know, they've seen running it up the gut. They've seen that wing.
Are you talking Little Giants annexation of Puerto Rico type stuff out of here?
I'm talking about anything that they haven't seen that you've been saving. Now's the time.
We'll go tight end wing. Marlette at quarterback. He'll give this to Flores. He'll pick up. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. 2nd and 10. You're right. At this point in the game, the quick game, that maybe trying to spread out, didn't get them to move out of having 9, 10, at times 11 in the box is going to be a change we're going to have to make.
Well, and I also like let's go ahead and show them what we've been doing and let them, line up 10 in the box, and let's take a shot with Mikey out wide or even Jack O'Brien one-on-one, because right now they are not.
They're daring us.
Zero safety help.
They're daring us. Their corner's almost deeper than the one safety. He is deeper at the snap. Marlette will roll to the top of your screen. He'll find passes actually incomplete, be 3rd and 10. Try to run someone off vertical and then get the underneath. What didn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, I guarantee you the single safety on the snap of the football is running and sprinting toward the line of scrimmage. And so some sort of play action pass, if you could, I don't know if you can slip Stu right down the middle of the field as that safety sprinting to the line. I don't know what you can do.
I like that with him or Boaz up the seam, because they're daring us. It is like an old school 4-4 look with single high safety in the 2 corners, and we're stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Flags on both sides of the field, top of your screen, bottom of the screen. Usually that means either we're legal procedure or maybe too many men in the backfield. Was that blown dead at the snap? From the sounds of the Siloam Springs coaching staff down the way from us, they believe that's on us, and it is. Penalty has declined. Illegal shift will be 4th down. 4th and 10. Panthers will punt with 1:57 here in the half.
Yeah, let's start that clock, right? Wind it. There we go. At this point, I'm going to let that clock melt down here and take my snap. About 3-4 seconds left.
We try to hard count them. Punt is on the side of Mason's foot and only goes about 15 from as far as net from the line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st and 10 Wolves, ball on the 45-yard line. This upcoming week for Panther Athletics, we got a lot going on. Tomorrow, cross-country runs in the Chili Pepper over in UA Agri Fields over there in Fayetteville. And then we've got 7th grade Smackdown tournament over in Rogers. So we got Panther Athletics almost 24/7, 365 around here. 1:36 left in the second quarter.
Right now, Luke, Lake Hamilton has dominated the line of scrimmage. Even though we have forced 2 turnovers, we are behind 26-0 here.
Little play action. They'll have a little post seam wheel concept.
Nice play there. Almost forced another turnover. Caden Davidson gets to the quarterback.
Second sack of the game. Mendez was in there too. 2 of your 22 seniors that were on homecoming court from this football team. 22 maids, 22 escorts. They'll get to the line. They'll line up quick with 1:12 here. Give us to Barton, who'll barrel ahead and follow. He has great patience following blocks.
Yeah, he dances a little bit after he gets to the second level and lets guys go by him. He's got that pause, that really deceptive speed.
Hamilton trying to keep their timeouts. They'll run a little sweep back at us. They'll pick up a 1st down. 46 left here in the second quarter. Clock is running. Still 3 timeouts left by Hamilton.
He's working on, right now with a 26-0 lead, he's working on managing the clock without the timeouts. He's doing a pretty good job.
Pass is incomplete.
Two
guys
yeah.
in the same window there.
Yeah, Ryan Estacio was the first guy or the closest guy there, but there were two offensive guys there, two receivers, and they didn't know who it was to. I think they took it away from each other.
2nd and 10, 28 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Guess what I see walking in?
The pride of Northwest Arkansas, the Siloam Springs Marching Band. This will be their first performance in uniform doing their show Dots. And they'll stick with Barton. Inside zone, blast, ISO, any iteration of a run that gets in between the tackles, they are willing to do it. And it'll be 3rd and short with 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that guy he's a man. He's a man. he is 6'2", 210, 215 as a high school senior, and is powerful, runs takes care of the football.
Well, our good friend Mike Jones from your Herald Leader will probably give us some stats here at halftime, and I would believe he's in triple digits.
Yeah, I would say he's over 100 yards, probably so.
So 3rd and short, 20 seconds here remaining in the half. 2 timeouts remaining for Lake Hamilton.
What do you got coming up at halftime, Luke?
Director of Athletics Jeff Williams is supposed to come join us when he gets the opportunity. I know he's got the halftime kick that he has to do. He's got head soccer coach Craig Moses down there with him, which means we'll have a couple soccer players taking the kick, which I believe tonight's organization is Debate Club. Last home game, we were successful on that field goal frenzy. Here we go, coming out of the timeout, 3rd and short. Little throwback screen to Barton. He's got blockers out in front of him. He'll take it all the way down to the 14-yard line with a pickup of about 20 right there. He can come out of the backfield and catch it too. So with 10 seconds left, they'll take their second timeout. Ball there on the 14-yard line.
Hey, let me ask you a question. When the offensive lineman has been controlling the line of scrimmage all night and they just let you go, is that a signal?
If it seems too easy, it probably is.
That was one of those things our guys broke through there, and you would have thought it's the first time all night.
Well, when you've been in the trenches and they have dominated the line of scrimmage as they have, and you had that opportunity to get in the backfield, yeah, you're going to come with your boots on fire.
Man, what a big crowd tonight. I know we haven't had a ton of success, but this crowd is phenomenal. This is the biggest home crowd that I've seen probably.
It was the largest crowd
5 years.
I've seen at the community pep rally since we started doing it there at the amphitheater. And then I think that was in about fall of 2018. When I was standing there announcing the court, I looked across at the entire crowd and I thought, this is beautiful. This is what's, we're not necessarily as small as we once were, but we have the small town feel. I know you and I both living in this community and working for this school district. That was great to see. That buy-in. The parade was lovely, and the kids had a great time. Our court went around to the different elementaries in the district, and that was amazing to see them work with the kids, even at your building over there at Allen.
Oh, our kids loved it, man. They had such a great time.
They'll run a corner post concept, but he ended up having to scramble, and he's brought down immediately. Timeout Wolves. That'll be their last time out of the half with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, that was Caden Davidson again. He's getting to the quarterback. He's just really persistent. Hey, I'm pretty sure they're going to throw the football here.
If they run the double handoff after you said they're going to throw it.
Listen, the double handoff is a possibility, but that would be the only possibility, right?
It will be waggle post. It'll be, right there, it was a pretty unique concept. You had the two dragging back at us, but the receiver that lined up wide at the top of your screen acted as if he was running a post and then broke it off to a corner route.
You know, we've done a pretty good job on number 24. That's their best wide receiver, number 24, Parker Vandy. He averages about 85 yards receiving a game, and he's got 4 touchdowns on the year. We've done a pretty good job on him tonight.
They'll go trips the bottom of the screen. They'll roll at it. We got a hold here on Hamilton as he skies up to catch it in the end zone. Right now, as it stands, it's a touchdown for Carson Jackson. But I saw a flag thrown early as he rolled to our sideline, which usually means a hold, and that will be the call.
Yeah, we had number 9. Is that Stuart Schwaniger? Get into the backfield. They held him. That allowed the quarterback to make a play. He looked shaken. He looked shook up there a little bit.
So now we'll bring up second, and it doesn't matter about how many.
Be untimed down here, correct?
Yes.
So one last untimed down here because of the.
As the great Rudell once told me, do you want the untimed down or do you want the touchdown? And I said, Rudell, I don't want the points on the board. You're all correct.
Yeah.
So they'll stick with trips here at the bottom of your screen. They will most definitely roll to this sideline. He drops back to pass. It has a follow route. Pass is broken up by Mikey, and that'll be the end of the half with your score, Lake Hamilton 26, Siloam Springs Panthers 0. Let's go make some adjustments at half. Let's go win the second half. Folks, we're going to step away for a short break here as on your screen, you'll see the field goal frenzy with the debate club taking place, and then our band will take the field for their performance. Dennis, we'll talk more after the break, but quick thoughts as we head into it.
Yeah, hey, you mentioned it. They've had a couple of big plays on offense and defense that have stretched this out 26-0. You take away those explosive plays that they've had, and it's been much more manageable. We got to do a better job in the second half of finding the ability to run the football. Yeah. So, got to go in and regroup, and we'll come back in the second half.
Stay tuned, folks. We'll try to get Coach Williams up here to talk about some Panther athletics.
That one looked really good, just a little short. That one looks good too, just a little short. The Debate Club will walk away with $200, compliments of Arbor Bank. Arbor Bank remains committed to our community and is a proud supporter of the Siloam Springs School District. Go Panthers! Siloam Springs football would like to thank Ozark Dermatology Elite Cheer Company for being tonight's main sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, Siloam Springs cheer on the field. stand by. Restart. Cheer. Restart one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Siloam cheer.
What a performance there by the Siloam Springs cheer team, sideline cheer, that is. So joining me here live is Coach Williams, Director of Athletics for the Siloam Springs School District. Coach, I'm going to start there. This is the first year since I've been at Siloam Springs, or the first time ever for our school district, where almost every single sport, including sideline cheer, has an athletic period. Can you kind of talk about how that's helping grow athletics in Siloam Springs?
Well, two things. First thing you want to talk about when you talk about athletics and extracurricular activities is getting kids involved, and that with our school board and our superintendent of schools, making an emphasis on extracurricular activities. Studies show, obviously, if you're in that, you're going to be more successful in the classroom and more successful. And so adding that period, just like you just saw our sideline cheer, where they hadn't had that period, we're working after school. It's really made our participation increase quite a bit, but also our performances, because they're getting that obviously in the school day and not. There's a big difference. You start practice at 4 o'clock and you're getting home at 7, and then instead of going at 2:30, you're getting home at 4, and the kids can, balance that life as far as academics and athletics.
I lived that life.
You
As
sure
former
did.
boys soccer coach here, I definitely know what that was like. You lose some athletes to a lot of different things.
And you kind of interrupt here. Our kids have done a great job, and our coaches, of getting where they're going, during that period and getting work done. I go out here watching the baseball team. They're out there working. Softball's working. Soccer's working during this period. Obviously, football, volleyball, and the sports that are on right now. But these guys are getting extra work in, and I think we're going to see the benefits.
right now the pride of Northwest Arkansas, the Siloam Springs Marching Band, taking the field with one of the most elaborate setups I think I've ever seen in the history of Siloam Springs. Mr. Hodge going over and above. Coach, talk to me a little bit. This is fall athletic. We're in full swing. We got games every night. You or me or other administrators in the district covering games here, there, and everywhere. Talk to me a little bit about our different teams and what you've kind of seen.
Well, it's just kind of start football since we're here. Obviously, Coach Lockridge coming in and, defense coordinator Coach Benson, their staff, and, brought a lot of excitement. We're off to a good start, 2-1 going into this ball game. It's not going where we want it. Our junior high programs have increasingly gotten better. Our ninth grade football team's only lost one game. Volleyball, our varsity volleyball team is in the thick of conference play, about to finish up. I believe they just finished up the first, I think they'll finish up Tuesday, the first round, and they're right in the thick of things, trying to get into the state tournament, and we're in a very tough league. Golf this week, had two kids that qualified for state. They'll be participating in that on Tuesday or Monday and Tuesday over in Paragould. And then tennis, we've got an awesome tennis facility. I know y'all talked about this the last home game, and they're getting close to their conference tournament and getting ready for state. So we are going full bore ahead, obviously, but a lot of kids are participating, a lot of kids are having fun, and we're having a lot of success.
Yeah, and you kind of talk about the different teams and the games going on, and one thing to look at this upcoming week is we're mostly on the road.
Yeah.
So if you do want to catch the Panthers in one of those different sports, one of those different teams, the only action here in Siloam next week will be Thursday night. We'll have
7th and 9th football with Farmington, and the rest of the time I believe volleyball is at Russellville, and I believe at Greenwood on Thursday, which will be huge. Those two huge conference games for us in volleyball. And then our football will be on the road Monday night. 8th grade and JV will be at Farmington. And then obviously golf our two kids will be getting ready for the state tournament.
State tournament golf for the ladies is in beautiful Paragould,
Paragould
Arkansas.
over in God's country, as we refer to it. Over there. And I don't know what golf course they got over there, but I'm sure it's nice.
I have watched, and folks, you're seeing on the screen right now, the Siloam Springs Marching Band. I've watched them practice this routine for months now, so they're excited to finally show this to you. Coach, tomorrow there's a big event going on. I'm not talking about just the cross-country chili pepper. I'm talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks against the Texas A&M Aggies in the Southwest Classic. How are my Hogs going to do? Are they going to do like your Cowboys last night?
Well, I hope not. I mean, the Cowboys, have had to get in the portal here, look around for some other teams. It's been tough on us. We got a win last night, but I think the Hogs are going to go down and play well. I mean, it's one of those deals where, I'm thinking back of, I'm not saying necessarily players or coaches' mind, but, fans had, the crazy things that have happened over there, doinking a field goal off, the famous 5-yard jump and all kinds of different things that's gone on during that game. But I think the Hogs will go down. They're going to play well. But, A&M's got a new coach. That coach has done a great job as at Duke and coming in there and getting that program started. But, it's kind of interesting. You got Bob Petrino as offense coordinator sitting over there, and you would think he would know the A&M pretty well defense guys since being over there, but with portal and NIL nowadays, who's there and who's not.
It's the free agency. Yeah. It's just the UNLV thing this week. I don't even want to get started on that. So, Coach, as we kind of wrap up halftime here, we're down 26-0. We get the ball to start the second half. What are just some of the things? I mean, you've coached and been around this game a long time. What do you kind of want to see out of the Panthers?
Well, I think Coach Lark's probably want to just look improvement. Obviously made a couple plays. Mikey made a phenomenal run, but didn't get it in down here in that part of it. Just execution. Get out here, take care of the football, and let's execute and do what we're coached to do. And it's 26-0 right now, but there's still improvement. There's a lot of ball to play here, and kind of focus on yourself a little bit. But I think our guys are playing hard. They're going to come out and execute, and just execute, and let's finish some drives and get this, get one or two scores here. This thing can get real interesting.
Well, Coach, I, as always, appreciate your time. Yeah. I know I get to work with you, but to get us here and talk live on the live stream is always a pleasure. Any final thoughts?
Well, I do know this. We got the two best live stream announcers in the state of Arkansas with you and Dennis Yoakum. You guys do a phenomenal job. And we appreciate what you do. And the live stream team, and I know y'all talk about this, but our kids up here running this and Brian getting involved in this and creating something for our viewers at home to watch and something that's quality, and really appreciate people don't see this. These kids don't go home. They sit up here and work
You
and do
just
these
stole
things.
some of my thunder
Yeah.
of a big thank you I had planned for
Man,
them.
I'm
But yes,
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, they
But
deserve every
it goes
bit of it.
unnoticed. Anybody's putting that kind of time in and giving back. But it's student led. And we got a great pit down here tonight, and that's been student led. And this, you can feel the excitement in our school district and the things that are going on.
Well, thank you, Coach. Folks, we'll be back to you here in about 5 minutes for the second half of this conference matchup between your Siloam Springs Panthers and the Lake Hamilton Wolves. And, folks, we're back here with about a minute left till we go back to the second half of action here at Panther Stadium. Dennis, I got some stats. I knew Mike would have the stats, so let's go ahead and let the folks know where we're at.
Yeah, the stats not great, Luke. I'm going to share some of our offensive stats with you. We have 18 rushes for 6 yards. We have passing the football. We are 1 for 5 for 8 yards with an INT. And so the offensive stats don't look great. We've got 14 yards at the half. Now for Lake Hamilton, hey, number 44, Hayden Barton, he has 117 yards.
No.
Yeah, that guy's got 12 rushes, 117 yards at the half. And number 14 also has had a big
Carson
night.
Jackson.
Carson Jackson's had 56 yards on a couple of rushes with a touchdown. So
The double handoff
the double handoff.
gave him
Their
a bulk of
quarterback's
that.
5 for 9 for 56 yards. So we've done a decent job against their passing game, but it's been effective enough to kind of keep us off balance. The main thing is the line of scrimmage. You know, the line of scrimmage has been huge, and when you can dominate the line of scrimmage, I think that you can win a lot of football games.
Yeah, so here we go. Panthers set to receive here in the second half. 26-0. We need a big drive right out of the gate here. Coach Williams talked about keys. You've talked about some keys. A good return will be the start of everything you guys just talked about. So a little sky up to their sideline like they did in the first half, fielded cleanly by the Panthers. So that's good field position here to start the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be number 2, Eli Hargett, calling for the fair catch there, and probably the smart thing to do. You don't have any blockers set up.
I saw a lot of energy down the end zone as we came out, and Coach Benson and Coach Locke tried to get them going. We talked about this in the Alma game because we were down early there about winning the half. Like you've talked before, the scoreboard is what it is, but let's go win the half and improve. And in that, you can find a way towards a comeback. So it starts with drive 1 here, 1st and 10, ball on the 36-yard line, wing tee set. Give us to Davidson with a little fullback dive. He'll pick up. That's a terrible spot. The official top of the screen moved forward for forward progress and then just went right where he fell down.
I guess they thought he had tried to get away and made second effort, but they were shoving him backwards there, fella. That's got to be forward progress, I would think.
So 2nd and 10 here in the third quarter. What a fantastic halftime show, by the way. Big shout-out to the band. That was great to watch. And a big shout-out to our AVTF team. Mr. Allen and these kids are doing a fantastic job of bringing this live stream to you. So we will run our version of a misdirection play. I was hoping that our double handoff was going to creep his head.
Yep. So, you know, you mentioned it right there to start this drive. It's about growth. You know, you got a football team that hasn't had a ton of success in conference recently. We've started the year 2-1. First conference game, it didn't start the way you wanted, but you want, it's kind of settled in here. You want to make some positive growth here in the second half and basically just convince your kids that you can play.
So 3rd and 9, a little sprint out to the bottom of your screen.
Well, that's a little early. Little early
and a late hit on Marlette, or a low hit on Marlette, but ball falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 9, and we'll go 3 and out.
Yeah, so, talking to Coach Williams at halftime, Lake Hamilton has basically set their defense to take away the wing tee that we run, and you can see that with all the dudes in the box. So
4th and 9, short will be on to punt. Great job by our 3 Bulls blocking number 10 there. Ball is fielded at the 23. He'll cut back towards our sideline, and he's brought down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good punt. Had some distance, but it just didn't hang up there quite long enough. You'd like to see a little more hang time there, but good good punt. Just got to get the guy on the ground. First guy's got to hit him. So here we go, Luke. Here's our first defensive possession. You'd like to see us.
Our own 3 and out. Our own 3 and out. That's
Yep.
what we'd like to see here. They aren't doing anything different than they've done the whole game as far as formation set. They'll run a little toss sweep, a little quick rocket sweep is what some teams like to call that right there with the one pulling guard out there. They'll pick up about 15, 20.
Yeah, that was a little twist we haven't seen. Looks like they've got a player down on the far sideline over there.
Yeah, that quick hitting toss sweep there to one of the two that you have in your backfield. I mean, that hits quick. We weren't ready for it. It'll be 1st and 10, Lake Hamilton, as they attend to that player.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job keeping somebody off balance. You know, they hand it up inside with the ISO. Then they'll run that buck sweep action, and then now they've thrown in the toss. They do a little waggle out of it. So it, kind of keeps your defense off balance, slows your defensive front down a little bit. That time, they just tossed it out there and let that quick guy, run free. Made a guy miss and got 18 yards.
Folks, next week we'll come to you live from Van Buren, Arkansas, which has become a budding rivalry in almost all athletic competition for the Panthers, whether it be football, basketball. Boys soccer has always been one for us outside of Russellville. So if you can't make it down to Van Buren, tune into YouTube here. You can watch it there. And carry is by Barton there. Pick up about 2. Make it 3, 2nd and 7.
Caden Davidson having a big night defensively. That guy's probably got 7 or 8 tackles, couple sacks tonight.
Yeah, him and Boaz Benson, your leading tacklers for the Panthers on the year. Still sticking in a wing, tight end wing set. And the little ISO play, and the give is to number 1,
Ball.
Dylan Murphy, who fumbles for, I think, the 3rd time tonight. And it is once again recovered by the Panthers.
That was one of our keys to start the game. Caden Davidson recovers that. He's all over the field. But that's a key for the night's game was to win the turnover battle. And so far we've done that, although their one turnover that they got from us, they took it to the house for a pick 6. This would help change the momentum here. That's what turnovers do. You've got to start stringing some drives together and get some first downs here, and that will kind of shift the momentum a little bit.
We're going to see, it looks like Mason Short coming in. We get to see him kind of carry the rock a little bit this half.
Like I said, at half, we had 6 yards rushing at the half. 18 carries for 6 yards. That's not going to cut it.
No, less than a yard of carry is not what you want. A little play action, a little hitch to the top of your screen to Mikey's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Some scores from around the conference. Speaking of Van Buren, they're down 14-8 at halftime to Russellville. Those are two big games in terms of the grand scope of making it to the state playoffs. Our game against Van Buren, Russellville, and of course Southside to end the year. In our current game, it's 2nd and 10, 9:22 left in the 3rd. We'll go shotgun. We'll run a little counter towards the top of your screen, and then that immediately at the line of scrimmage. We'll make it 3rd and 10. You keep talking about, what was it, 10, 11 plays with 0 to negative gain?
Yeah, we've that. I think that's our 11th or 12th carry tonight for negative or no yards whatsoever, and so you can't sustain drives with 0 or negative rushing yards. So
we'll have 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen with O'Brien and McKinley. You'll have tight end wing nub set to the top of your screen. Short next to Marlette. Marlette will take the snap, a little play action fake, a little wheel route to McKinley towards our sideline. And there's a flag. I think we may have a little defensive holding when Mikey broke on the wheel. I believe he was held, and that's going to be the call here, which will be a break there for the Panthers.
Yeah, that'll give us a first down, Mr. Shoemaker, and yep, defensive holding.
Yep.
Nice call there. You ever thought about wearing the stripes?
Well, Mr. Yoakum, I was ejected from a couple games as a coach in high school sports, and I was yellow carded several other times. I'm not exactly sure karma would be there for me.
Oh, man.
I'll stick to this seat right here. So,
that's a break.
At
That's
26-0. I just want to give a shout out to our student section. The pit is still in tropical theme. It's still packed. They're still having a good time. We have two receivers at the bottom of your screen, a little nub tight end wing set to the top. We ran what's called pogo, a little pop go, and ball is underthrown and falls incomplete. So that is your what you would call pogo.
Yeah, that's a little pump and go action there. Mikey, you'd like to see Mikey go up and compete for that ball, maybe get a flag call, early contact. You might see another flag thrown, but
we definitely got the safety to bite. I mean, well how wouldn't we?
They've been running toward the line of scrimmage all night. So
it'll be 2nd and 10 Panthers. We'll stick with a tight end wing, two receivers set. We'll run buck sweep into our sideline.
There we
kick
go.
Is there, and then it goes short down the sideline. 30, 20, 15. And he's tripped up and brought down at the 10A. I love me some buck sweep. We just brought it into our sideline here. We got the kick, the wrap, and there we broke for our biggest gain on the night.
Yeah, Mason is just kind of getting back into form, and this kid, he's going to gain more carries as we go throughout the year. But this guy loves contact, and he can turn on the juice too.
Give us back to shore. We ran buck sweep again. He makes one man miss, brought down at the 6. This is the most movement we've got out of our offense, and we're doing it from a different personnel group. We talked about spreading them out defensively so that they're clearly stacking the box. Doing the two receiver set does at least drag a couple defenders out wide. 2nd and about 5 here inside the 10.
Yeah, nice adjustment there by the coaching staff at halftime. They're giving a different look. They don't have quite as many in the box.
We'll run counter away towards the top of the screen, met immediately. This goes back to what Coach Williams talked about with their defensive scheme with running what we would call twos. So the defensive line are head up on our guards, and immediately one pulls, he's just getting in his hip pocket and going straight to the ball.
Yep.
3rd and 9 Panthers, 7:17 left here in the third, 26-0 Wolves. Panthers again, this is the 2nd time tonight we've been inside the 10. The first time we were unable to capitalize. Got McKinley at the top of your screen, Jack O'Brien here at the bottom. We'll stay in what's 12 personnel. Looks like a fade to O'Brien. The ball is caught. Touchdown, Panthers!
Nice pass there. Dane put it just about where the only person could catch it would be Jack O'Brien, and what a play there, Jack.
I think this is our 3rd game to call together, and you have talked about the jump ball to O'Brien repetitively, and it worked out there great.
Yeah, he's our best athlete out there, as far as getting up off the ground, and man, when he's single coverage down here in the end zone, red zone area, I like his chances against smaller D-backs.
So we're going to run what is a swinging gate 2-point play there. We're stopped just shy. I love the call. I mean, you got to gain back every point you could. We had the alignment, what you wanted. Basically, your long snapper just turns and like old school flag football, tosses it to the guy over there with everyone lined up. We were just a hair short of the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's something you don't see very often. But you know what? I'd like to see change. I like to see adjustments, and when you get the look you want there, give it a shot. Go for it.
So that puts us 26-6 with 6:58 left in the third. Panthers are on the board. It's a 20-point game. A lot of football left. We talked about winning the half. That was a great drive. We're in buck sweep a couple times, and Majors with some great blocks that I saw on both times with him kind of giving it back to the Wolves. So we'll come out here. Hey, I wouldn't put it past old Coach Smith to maybe do surprise middle or something here and get crazy with it. I know that he puts a lot of time into special teams with that role that he has.
Well, if you look, it's there. If you're looking at the middle of the field right in front of the football, it's there. I don't know if it's called, but it's there.
And he'll kick away deep. That hit number 14, who will go back and field it on the 2. He'll make one cut, a second cut. We got a flag for holding, I believe, over here. So it's going to come. The ball will end up being at about the 12, even though live you're thinking that they just brought it out to about the 35-yard line. I saw the flag come in. They'll come to our sideline. It's either going to be they're pointing to our sideline, and we're saying, hey, we'll take the flag.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hit there at the end of that play. Number 2, Eli Hargett laid the wood. But if you notice when we lined up there, maybe we're saving it for a little bit later in the football game, but there's nobody right in front of the ball.
And Carlos is a 4-year starter in soccer, so I think he has a little trickery in what he can do with the football. Another score around the conference, 2 teams that will have competitive games against. Mountain Home is up 21-21 on Fort Smith South side. The teams that are predicted to win the conference are the Greenwood Bulldogs and Shiloh Christian Saints. It's Greenwood 14, Shiloh 7 currently.
Couple of powerhouses going at it right there.
No secret, they look to the sideline. They stick in the same formation they've ran consistently, their most ran formation with the tight end wing here in the bottom. 2 running backs in the backfield with Barton and Murphy. Murphy with 3 fumbles tonight. I don't know how many carries he's going to continue to get. They just run old school ISO or blast there with Barton, who picks up 3.
Yeah, I would say Barton will get the bulk of the carries from here on out because every time they've handed it to number 1, he's put it on the turf. So that's not instilling confidence in getting your number called over there.
No, not. I mean, if you're offensive coordinator going forward, that's a little worrisome for you. So 2nd and 7 here. We'll shift late there. They'll run a little ISO to number 1 Murphy again. I mean, Barton clearing out some real estate. He's right at the stick. Are they waving him forward?
No, they're going to call him short. Yeah,
okay.
About 3rd and 1 here.
1. Big down right here, 3rd and 1. I have no doubt that the ball will be placed in the hands of Hayden Barton running 100 miles per hour downhill.
Yeah, every time
that quarterback sneak if they go their heavy set, which is what they did in the goal line. Mendez lines up head up nose over the ball. And they will sneak it, and he'll pick up the first.
It was closer than he thought it would be, though.
Mendez did do something you talked about in the first half as far as cutting. I mean, right there you have no choice when you know they're going to get up under center and do the sneak.
Yeah, this crowd has stayed here. They don't want to go home and watch us and listen to us on YouTube. They want to stay here and watch the game live.
Beautiful fall evening.
Yeah.
You've got about 3,000 people on the concourse trying to get some snacks at the concession stand. Here we go. 1st and 10, ball on the 26-yard line. They drop back to pass. A little fake action, and Hargett, he goes, he breaks it up there. I would have loved to have gotten the pick right there. They try to air it out there to Landon West. Excuse me, Parker Vandy.
Yeah, Parker Vandy.
West was the one who, of course, is the quarterback that threw it.
Done a good job on Vandy tonight. He's been held in check.
2nd and 10, 5:06 left here in the 3rd. This is a big money down for the Panthers because if you make it 3rd and 10, it's a lot more manageable. They'll do the jet. You talked about the jet with me earlier tonight, and number 14, Carson Jackson will pick up 20.
Big yardage, yeah.
25 yards on the carry. The jet hits quick, and when they haven't they've only gone in motion a couple of times, so we haven't. I mean, that eye candy's just been something what we've seen, not really watched him give.
Yeah, that goes back to one of the keys, which is eye discipline. You know, you've got to maintain that discipline when they don't hand him the football, but you got to be able to see it when they do and turn it back in. And we just didn't get it done there. Big gain there for Lake Hamilton.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 50. They'll run ISO right behind Barton again. Murphy will pick up 8.
Running behind big boy Barton is it's a pretty good plan there, Luke.
I already said in the first half I'd get 5 a carry. I'd get 5. I would have at least 50 in this game right now. In my slacks.
In your slacks and loafers. And loafers.
So 2nd and 2, ball on the 42-yard line. They'll motion Jackson across. They'll give the give though is to Barton, and he'll pick up 3 on the carry and make it 1st down. They're methodical. They understand. 7 through 12, they do the same thing as far as system, and when you rep that same thing over and over and over and over, you get pretty good at it.
Yeah, they really run about 7 or 8 plays that we've seen pretty much the bulk of their calls, and you get really good at it, and that's simplified football.
And they'll run a little rocket sweep into their boundary where Barton will lower the shoulder, and he'll get 10 again. He's got to be averaging. Well, at halftime, he was averaging around 9.
Yeah, he's getting up there close to 140 yards now, probably 150 yards. I would say he's 10 yards a carry right now.
Yeah, this was the first time I've seen them. They have that little the wing, tight end wing set. They actually put the wing into their boundary because with the ball on that hash, you overload your defense to the field traditionally, so you're down a hat already into their boundary. The give is to Murray. Is the ball out again?
Ball's out again.
The Panthers are on the ball. That's the 4th fumble tonight by the Wolves.
Nope.
They'll mark it.
They get it back.
They'll get it back, but the ball security issues there by number 1, Dylan Murphy.
Now, Boaz Benson comes out of there with it, and they say, no, you took it away at the bottom of the pile. They're going to give it back to Lake Hamilton, but, what are you going to do there?
Well, Boaz was taught well by his father to always make sure it's your ball. So, of course, he comes out of the pile with it. 2nd and 9 here with 2:38 left in the 3rd. This is a true wing tee set, and they'll fake the jet that time to Murphy, and the give is to Barton, which once again picks up 9 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, he's what they call a bell cow. Remember that old term from back in the day? He's our bell cow. Lake Hamilton certainly uses him as that. I bet he's got 16, 17 carries for over 150, 160 yards tonight. Right now
he's on pace to be the 6A player of the week. So they'll stay in their wing tee set. This time they'll give is to the jet sweep. He'll stay behind some blockers. She'll make a couple guys miss. But we're going to have a hold out here on the edge. First carry of the night for Ethan Hornbeck for the Wolves. You talked about showing different things and them trying to do a couple different things offensively they haven't done, and now they're doing a wing tee and trying to do some quick hitting plays and giving the ball to some guys that haven't carried it yet.
Yeah, they're making adjustments just like we did, and here's something else, Luke. When you're up 26-6 in the second half, you're really putting stuff on film to make other teams have to prepare for, right? So football coaches really like to prepare and know what they're preparing for, but the more stuff you have to prepare for, that's just, less time to spend on what's really vital. And he's getting stuff on film so that people can spend some practice time going over stuff.
Oh, I remember the days where we would break down every formation and how we would align, and they've only ran it one time, and that's kind of what you're talking about. Fake is to Barton. He's got one up the seam. Passes complete to number 1, Dylan Murphy. I saw it there early.
Yeah, that ball's caught between 2 or 3 Panthers. We've got to find a way to get that ball on the ground. Either with a hand on the pass or dislodging the football before he can tuck it. But that was a pretty good pass by their quarterback right there.
Well, 65% completion percentage on the year. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 4 for the Wolves. They'll go in a heavy kind of anchor set here. So they'll do blast with Barton. He will barrel ahead. Touchdown, Wolves.
Yeah, this I believe this quarterback is a 4-year starter for Lake Hamilton. I'm not positive of that. I do believe that if I'm not mistaken, Coach Williams told me he had a big night as a sophomore against us.
So that puts the score at 32-6 with under a minute left in the third. That would I mean, what I don't have it in front of me. Mike would have it better written down, but that had to be about a 10, 11 play drive.
Oh yeah,
That went 65 yards. Well, even further than that, it went 75 yards because they started on the 25.
you know what we've done better since the start of the second quarter is eliminate the big explosive play, and they have been pretty methodical. They are grinding out drives, kind of like how we hope to do that. Offensively, we hope to grind out drives and go on 10, 12 play drives. Um, but they've done a good job of that since the second quarter. Our defense has done a better job of taking away the explosive play, and they've had 3 turnovers. They've had 3 turnovers that have helped us do that. And so, hey, this would be a great time after maybe after this extra point here to recognize our donors again.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have the facilities that we've started to have here around campus, whether that be this beautiful football stadium, the new floor in the pack, the tennis courts, the baseball field, the softball field, all the wonderful things that are part of this school district facility-wise. They'll go for 2 here with a wing twins set. So they'll run a little rub concept, and they will passes incomplete. So it'll stay 32-6 with 57 seconds left here in the third. So shout out to our awesome donors for Siloam Springs School District: Superior Auto Group, Simmons, Lightning Bolt Advertising, Callahan Steakhouse, Arvest Bank, Dayspring Cards, Lazy Boy, Jetstream by Pipe Life, John Brown University, Grand Savings Bank, Generations Bank, and Alternative Design. Thank you for all you do in supporting Panther Athletic. You know, one of the things I've noticed about Lake Hamilton as a team, do you notice how quickly they get their kickoff team on the field? That must be a staple of something that is part of their, their standard of what they want. Because the moment the PAT or whatever's over with, they've got 11 guys that run out there ready to do whatever call they may have. And a lot of it's just been this sky kick towards their sideline.
Yeah, these guys don't get a ton of reps, and so they're excited to get out there on the field and make a play, hit somebody different. So,
and a little deeper here. Ball's fielded by McKinley about the 21-yard line. He'll kind of dance around and not go far after that. He'll be brought down at the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers there with 49 seconds left in the quarter. The score is Lake Hamilton 32, your Siloam Springs Panthers 6. Last drive was the best drive of the night. Let's see if we can repeat it.
yeah, I agree with you. But, hey, I want to go back and just say one more thing about our community. We have a great support outside. We've got great donors. We have community businesses that help in every way possible. Our parent-teacher organizations do a great job, and I know our new superintendent, Shane Patrick, really wants our community to be in our schools and to help us, because it takes a village. It takes a village to have a school district that's successful, and we do. We have a great community that helps us with that.
We'll go 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. We'll run a little hitch and pitch concept. Had O'Brien caught it, that is definitely what we were doing there, because we short ran out like a swing, like we were doing a swing pass, but that was what we were going to run.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Jack is beating himself up there because he knows he's got to catch the football first. You know, he's had a couple of drops tonight, but he did catch that touchdown pass on the last drive. But that was a similar play there. He had to go up, elevate, catch the football at height, and he was thinking about the toss before he caught it.
Run it again.
Yeah.
Run it again. The hitch and pitch, one of my favorites. I saw a school and a D2 school run it to their left tackle. I mean, you gotta love it. So, old school, you may call it the hook and ladder, but I like calling it good old hitch and pitch. So go 2 receivers at the bottom, tight end wing, top of your screen. Gain of about 1, you call it that. Maybe no gain. It'd be third and a long 9 for the Panthers there. We're going to have to throw the football. We may take this to quarter. I don't know. It's 32-6, but the way our coaches are walking towards the opposite end of the field, we are going to take this into quarter.
Yeah, that's just shortening the game there, getting into the fourth quarter and seeing if you can, maybe get a score here and another, another turnover or something, and maybe get some game, game pressure on them. But hey, was the old quick hitch and pitch, was that what they ran at the end of Varsity Blues?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's to quote
Tweeter.
To quote Billy Bob, is just play where I look around and act stupid. Yeah.
So they threw it to Tweeter, and then he tossed it to Billy Bob, and Billy Bob took it across the goal line.
But he drug about 8 guys on the way there. It had O'Brien caught the hitch there. The pitch back to Mason actually probably goes for at least 40.
Oh yeah, it's a big play, no doubt there. If we can get that play executed.
I watched my Grove Ridge Runners many moons ago when I was a junior in high school make it to a state final, doing that against Poto in a semifinal game. Not to a tackle. It was definitely pitched to a skill player.
It's a big call right there to pitch it back to your tackle.
So here we go, fourth quarter action. 32-6, Panther football, 3rd and 9. We've got McKinley and O'Brien at the bottom of your screen. You've got Benson and Big Stu to the top in the tight end wing set. Short in at running back, Marlette at quarterback. Snap is to Dane. We pump fake, and then a pass that's up to O'Brien, and he tries to go up to Moss, the defender, and they're going to call that incomplete. Trainer Skylar Sexton immediately on the field.
Yeah, they're waving.
They're waving on the EMT there of how he landed on the field.
Yeah, he went up over the top there. You hope Jack's okay, but he did land on his head.
Yeah, I see his leg, some movement in his leg there.
Yeah, you just hate to see this. We've got some great people down there working on Jack, so we'll just take a moment here.
Yep, Skylar was there immediately along with Dr. Coker.
Great sportsmanship. Lake Hamilton sends their group over. Got lots of people down there helping right now. Coach Smith is trained. He's going to be okay.
He's getting up to his
He's going to be okay.
That's great to see. Great to see right there. You're right. Coach Smith teaches first responder classes here at Palm Springs High School, so he was quick to be there as well.
That guy's a jack of all trades. He's a rodeo clown, bullfighter,
ex-Army Ranger,
baseball coach. He's assistant football, first responder.
We don't need to make his head any bigger. I love Coach Smith, but if he heard what we just said.
Hey, well, we got a break in the action. Looks like Jack is sitting up right now. He's going to be okay. We've got a break in the action here. I want to give a shout out to our central office staff. I've noticed the last several football games, I see a lot of those guys and gals at the games. I want to give Josh Killian, that guy needs a shout out because I'm going to tell you, he's at almost every football game. That guy is a Panther, true blue. Love to see those guys come out and support.
Also want to give a shout out to Miss Yoakum because she was a former homecoming queen. So for homecoming weekend here, give a shout out to her. I know she's listening.
I appreciate you doing that, Luke, because
I'll hear about it later.
It's okay.
I'm glad to see Jack get up and walk off. It's always scary when you have to immediately flag the EMTs onto the field.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him walk off, and then the EMTs, they can feel like they did something tonight, and they drive back across the field. All right, let's set it back up. 4th down and 9 here with Panthers inside their own 30. Mason Short's going to be back to punt.
Good snap. Kick is off the side of his foot. Mason's had some that have carried for over 30, 40 yards. Again, the net on this punt from the line of scrimmage will be about 12.
Yeah, he was really booming it pregame. I think he may have kicked his leg out. To be honest,
he was kicking it 50
I think
in the air.
he was kicking it from the 50 and it was landing at the back of the end zone. Now, I think he just maybe need to save a little of that.
So it'll be first down here for the Wolves. Ball on the 41-yard line. 11:44 left in the game. Scores 32-6 Wolves. Wing T formation. They're going to run a little hitch to the bottom here. Catch is made by number 24, Parker Vandy, who ends up picking about 15 on the completion.
That's going to be an offensive face mask.
Yeah, he did great. Folks, you can take a hand to the face mask of the defender. You cannot grab and pull. But they're going to call on us. They're calling us.
That is crazy.
I just watched. Since I have there's a 30-second delay between what you're seeing on YouTube versus what we're seeing, and I get to watch each play, and 100% Mikey never touched his face.
Yeah, I believe that was also a call in the Dallas Giants game last night. First drive of the game.
No one watched that.
Well, you're probably
Cowboys.
right. Jeff Williams watched it, I guarantee you.
So they'll stay in the wing tee here. Barton met about after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good job there on him. He's been averaging about 9 or 10 a carry.
Well, I will say the jet absolutely fooled no one because the guy who ran the jet there faked taking the handoff before he even got to the tackle. So I think we kind of knew that there wasn't going to be a give there. Be 2nd and 8 for the Wolves. Ball on the 15-yard line.
Crowd's still here, Luke.
It's homecoming. I mean, what else are you going to do on a beautiful night like this? Come out to Panther Stadium, support our team.
There goes that man again.
He's at 180, 190 tonight. He ends up
the one.
He ends up taking that 19 yards when he was met. His yards after contact alone puts him in triple digits.
His yak. Is that what yards after contact? Yak.
It's usually yards after catch, but yeah, you can use it interchangeably. So they'll go into their heavy set. They'll line up under center with quarterback number 4, Landon West. He'll run QB sneak here right behind his center's butt. Nope, this time we will give to Barton, who rumbles in for another touchdown. What is that, his 9th of the year?
Yeah.
Touchdown Wolves.
38-6, awaiting the extra point here. I assume they're going to kick an extra point this time. All right, Luke, let's shift gears a little bit here. I know you talked to Coach Williams at the half. What's you got a prediction for the Hogs A&M tomorrow?
Hogs play A&M tomorrow?
Yeah, I believe they do. I think half of Northwest Arkansas went to Dallas today.
That's ever since we started that rivalry. It hasn't always gone well for us. There have been some heartache in that game, but I have a feeling after last weekend, going to Auburn and getting a big dub, I'm going to say Razorbacks 27, A&M 21.
Okay, I've got it a little higher scoring than that. I think the game's going to be maybe 34-31, and I'm going to take the Hogs, 34-31.
You're usually a pessimist. I'm glad to see this change. You must because it's your birthday.
It's I think it's my new job. I think over at Allen, they've turned me into a positive thinker over there.
Well, it's about time. So it's 39-6 here. Wolves with 10:18 left. Panthers set to receive. A reminder, folks, that next week the Panthers go on the road to Van Buren. What has become I would almost say bitter rivalry based upon some of the exchanges I've seen towards the end of the games with them.
What do you mean? bitter rivalry.
When we went, let's see, we had back-to-back games in 18-19 that were won by one that we won going for two instead of kicking an extra point in 2018, fall of 18. Then in fall of 19, another game that was decided by a point. We went down there in 21. At the end of the game, there was some fighting,
A little brawl. Yep.
a little bit of a brawl. So I would say that things don't always go smoothly against them, but that's one of our closest conference opponents. That's a natural rivalry to have when we don't necessarily have it with Harrison anymore. So it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers here at the 31-yard line with two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Motion Stu back to the bottom of your screen. Give is right behind where Stu just motioned to, is to Short, who picks up, back to the line of scrimmage would be 2nd and 10.
You know what I don't understand? These guys over here on the side, they'll mark forward progress and then they'll back up. I just don't. They've done it all night long.
Are you being critical? Are you
Nope.
being critical? Are you being critical?
No.
So with 9:50 left here in the fourth, 39-6.
Hey, we've still got game time here that we can grow and get better at. I'd like to see us finish with points.
Well, the last time we scored, the student section it's the same amount as it was at kickoff. And when we scored our last touchdown, the confetti popped and they went wild. So, yes, I would like for us to get some momentum and put the ball in the end zone.
No, that's a busted play there.
We had our line running like an outside zone concept at us, along with Stu and the twin receiver side, and then Dane just had to scurry for his life there.
Yeah, so he turned to hand that football off, and there was nobody there. The back had already vacated. Gio Flores coming back on the field here. Going to be about 3rd and 12.
Short will come to the sideline. Yeah, you're right. Dane went to do what would have been outside zone at us, and then realized no one's home. So we'll have wing and twins to the bottom. We'll roll out towards the two receiver set, and Dane lets it fly, and this will be out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 12, and the Panthers will punt it away.
How about the Vikings?
Don't jinx them. Don't jinx
Oh, they're the best team in football right now. They are 3-0, and they are looking like
I know what you're doing.
They're looking like world champs.
I know what you're doing, folks. I am a Minnesota Vikings fan. He just doesn't want to talk about how miserable his Raiders look. So here we go. 4th and 12. Panthers set to punt. The Vikings will not win a game the rest of the year. That's my luck. That's my luck.
No, you just said it. They will not lose. It was a Freudian slip.
This might be a fake here. Oh, or just the first time Gio on to punt. We swapped out punters. And that would be catch interference there, as we did not give the returner the chance to return the punt. So they'll mark it off from the spot. Got to give him the opportunity to catch. Fair catch, no fair catch, regardless, on any level.
Yeah, that's a big mark-off. Going to be Lake Hamilton football at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. Boys, we got to back up. We're up there thinking it's going to be their football on the 47. It's their football.
Well, we're hoping to trick the officials and thinking it was going to move on back here. So, but it will be 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Great field position for the Wolves. $8:20 left in the fourth. Shocker that Lake Hamilton comes out in a tight end wing set and it does a
double
handoff, and it's hit us 3 times in the mouth tonight. Well, is number 14, Carson Jackson, who already had 56 yards rushing in the first half, all of which came off the double handoff concept. So, folks, essentially, when you have the wing behind the tight end, he comes back across the formation and takes the handoff from a guy who took the initial handoff, like you're seeing on your screen. And when you see all that happen and you get caught watching the ball, that's what will happen to a defense. They run ISO there to the top of your screen, and Murphy will pick up about 11. Talk about a dual threat back in number 44, Hayden Barton. He's built like a traditional fullback, like a Mike Hallstatt, to lead block for you, but when you give him the ball, he's also probably ran for 180.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Well, folks, he's a senior, so we won't see him again next year. That's the good thing here. So they'll go gun wing, motion 14 across. They'll give it to on the jet, and Barton seals the edge, and number 14, Carson Jackson, will take it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolves.
This feels a little like piling on.
Well, folks, we have reached the sportsmanship rule for high school athletics and football, which means that it will be a running clock for the rest of the evening with the score 45-6 Wolves with 7:28 left in the fourth. And the kick is good, and that will make it 46-6. So it is slowly grinded to an eerily similar result that we had last year here at Panther Stadium against this team.
Yeah, they're really well coached, and they've got you look at their sideline over there. They've got a ton of kids out for varsity football, and they're powerful. There's they clearly.
They're a physical. They're the style. They're a couple years removed from going to a state final, I believe, and part of that is to the style and then the ground and pound and the unique concepts and the formations that they run that aren't normally seen by everyone you prepare for. Yeah, this isn't the Greenwood spread.
Yeah, this is what you would like to see out of our program in 2 or 3 years. This is year one of Coach Lockridge, but they do similar things we do similar things to what they do. We've just got to get guys that are experienced and in the program. We've got to build toward that, and that's what you hope to see in 3 or 4 years.
McKinley picks it up at about the 8 after an initial bad handling of the kickoff, and flying down the field there for Lake Hamilton, I think it was number 5, Caleb Rouse, who smoked Mikey at about the 13. So 1st and 10 there for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think we had that little trickery. We had Eli Hargett doubling back, going toward the ball, but I think the mishandle may have cost that, and Mikey just decided to eat it.
And folks, like I said, you'll notice on the clock on your screen right now, it will not stop per Arkansas Activity Association sportsmanship rule. Now the score is 46-6. Well, that means potentially this is the last series for us offensively. So you've already talked about, you'd like to see us move the ball, pick up a couple first downs, and execute in whatever we want to take into next week at Van Buren. We'll run Buck sweep here at the bottom of your screen. If you don't get the initial kick-out block in Buck, you go nowhere.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it there, and we're hitting the backfield for a loss of 1, bring up 2nd and 11.
We'd like to see some guys finish the game strong. They've got some new folks on the field here. We'd like to see some of our guys get some confidence,
get some good reps. Huge split between guard and center at the bottom of your screen. We're going to go up top, big vertical post to Mikey. The flag comes in. They were all over him.
Yeah, that was kind of a tackle, maybe inadvertent, but it doesn't matter.
Contrary to what we normally do about trying to run the clock is going to run regardless. So if you're going to air it out, air it out.
Yep. You don't have to worry about the incomplete passes.
So pass interference on Lake Hamilton will move the chains for a first down for the Panthers. 5:20 left to play in the game. Want to remind you once again, Panthers on the road next Friday. Tune in to our Siloam Springs Athletics YouTube channel to watch that action. And, of course, we've got a lot of games that are on the road next week. But we will be commentating on the high school football game. We'll run a little stop out route to Mikey towards our sideline. Passes incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they've got their second unit on defense out there. I'd like to see us show them something that they haven't seen yet. Positive plays. In the game on a positive play here and maybe get some confidence going to Van Buren. Van Buren's a pretty good football team too. What's their score? Have you checked it lately?
I'll pull up good old Fearless Friday, folks. If you're wanting to catch up all the scores around the state, that's your go-to. So in the 6A, no update in a few of those games. You also have SB Live, which is the score reporting system that's utilized by the Arkansas Activity Association. 3rd and 8, Panthers with 3:52 left, 46-6 Wolves. I've got Russellville 24, Van Buren 15 in the 3rd quarter. So that makes that game even bigger. If they come off that with an L, which Russellville was kind of predicted to finish around 6th, 7th in the conference.
Nice play there.
Nice play. Nice ball by Dane to Boaz Benson, I believe, on the catch.
Good adjustment there by Boaz. The ball was behind him. He stopped, caught it. Nice little play there. Good pass by Dane. He put it where he had to.
So gain of about 15, be 1st and 10 Panthers. Ball on the 44-yard line with 3 minutes left here in the game. Going a little air raid here.
Yeah, we're working on stuff. Obviously, we're working on stuff that we'll need later on.
Other scores from around the conference. Mountain Home is up 35-21 over Southside. Greenwood and Shiloh tied in the 3rd.
Hey, Mountain Home's a pretty good squad this year. I can tell you, I do follow them a little bit. The quarterback at Mountain Home is the son of a kid that played for me back many years ago when I was coaching basketball, and so
do you know that area? Are you from around that area?
I am from around that area. Grew up at Yellville Summit, and so I coached a kid named Mitchell Phillips back in the day, and Mitchell's son is the quarterback at Mountain Home, and he's a pretty good hand. Mountain Home's pretty good this year.
So with 2 minutes left here in the game, it'll be 2nd and 14, 2nd and 13 Panthers. Dan will swing it out wide to Mason, and they'll blow it dead. Incomplete pass, being 3rd and 13. We go over to Mountain Home, I believe, October 18th. So
yeah,
we'll be in your neck of the woods.
That'll be a trip over there.
Maybe then you can finally take me to dinner for the P Ridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. We're gonna have to leave at noon that day, right?
I'll have to talk to my boss.
I'll have to talk to mine. I'm not sure she's gonna let me leave at noon.
Dr. Miller may not want me leaving at noon, so it'll be 3rd and 13 with 1:25 left. The stadium still has a great crowd for a 46-6 game. Dane drops back to pass. 2 guys run vertical. He had no one. He heaves it.
Oh, there's a little Brett Favre action there. At least he threw it out of bounds.
And the pass will be incomplete. So with 1 minute left, it'll be 4th and 13. Panthers will punt it away. They'll take the play clock all the way down here. I want to thank everyone for listening tonight, and a big shout-out to Mr. Allen and the AVTF crew for helping put together this production.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I'm watching them on the cameras over here. There are 3 or 4 young people out here.
Only their second game for most of them to do in their lifetime, so it's a fantastic job. So with 30 seconds left, short stands back to punt. Punt is away. Now that's the punt you were talking about in pre. Now they didn't have anyone back, but as far as the distance on it was fantastic, and it'll be down at the 14-yard line. And folks, that will do it. Your final score here at Panther Stadium: Lake Hamilton Wolves 46, the Siloam Springs Panthers 6. Dennis, I mean, the beautiful thing about 6A West football is the top 6 make the state playoffs. So we're going to learn from the things that happen here tonight, move forward, go to Van Buren next week, and it's a new day.
Yeah, it's a new day. And, high school sports, the teams that can learn from their mistakes and put it behind them as quick as possible and move on, those are the teams that grow throughout the year. That's what you want to see. I mean, gone are the days of just coming in and dominating football week in, week out. You don't see that. There's a lot more parity in high school athletics. And so for our program, we've got to learn from our mistakes and move on, flush it, and go get one at Van Buren.
Yeah. So,
hey,
again,
Luke, it's been fun, man.
Yeah, it always is. Great to celebrate your birthday here in the booth. Folks, watch us next Friday night as we travel to Van Buren and as our Panthers look to bounce back and pick up their first conference win of the season. That makes them 2-2 on the year. Thank you for listening. I'm Luke Shoemaker. He is, as always, the great Dennis Yoakum. We're signing off.